Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. As you can tell by the title of this video, I will be doing a video commentary on Once Upon a Time. If you've followed me for a while now, or if you are a friend of mine, you should know that my favorite series is Once Upon a Time. If you don't know what it is about, it's basically like the Disney princesses and all the Disney stories. They are now in the real world, so in our world, and they don't have a happy ending. So spoiler, they actually do in the final season. But they have like 10 seasons and I've watched this series a lot, maybe more times than I should. And in this case I will be showing you guys the family tree, in this case of Henry, which is for me the main character. I'm going to be talking to you a little bit about that and what I think of it, only of the first season. So I am going to be showing you a family tree that I liked, that I looked for in Google. I'm going to show you that, and we will be talking about each character from there. As you can see here, we have Henry. For me, Henry is the most adorable kid I've ever seen in a series. I love him so much. His character is so sweet and I think he played it perfectly on the show. He's the one that looks for his mother, Emma, which is the one that is the savior. So she's the one that needs to break the curse that Regina, or the evil queen, put on all of this land where all of the characters of Disney were at. So she was the one who put the curse and Emma was the one who broke it. And it all happened because they shared a kiss. So Emma and Henry's love was the one that broke the curse. That is a part that a lot of people don't like because it's so cliche, but I feel like they started that cliche, you know what I mean? And I love how persistent Henry was with his beliefs and that he wasn't afraid of believing in something that sounded crazy like magic. I love that, and I feel like it's because of him that I also believe in magic. Emma, on the other hand, is very close-minded. She doesn't believe, even though she has had a lot of signs thrown at her throughout the first season. She never truly believed in it until the final episode, which I mean, I guess it was the point, right? So yeah, at first I want to strangle her. It's so annoying how she doesn't believe, even though it's so obvious that it's true. And when she, for example, there's this story that I love that it's from the Mad Hat, I think it's what he's called, El Sombrerero Loco. That's how I know it in Spanish, but I think it's Mad Hat, if I'm correct. His story, the curse he was putting, is it's the one that impacted me the most, because he remembered, the curse he was putting is that he remembers, excuse me, I'm filming a video, thank you. So the Mad Hat story was the one that impressed me the most, because he remembered when no one else did, and that is because he lost his daughter and he had to watch his daughter have another life, and she didn't remember him because she didn't know at all that he was her father. And I don't know, it just impressed me. And all Emma thought was, this man is crazy. she thought that maybe he had talked to Henry and Henry had put all of these crazy ideas in his head and he was actually believing it. And I'm like, Emma, are you blind? Like, honestly, people see what they want to see. That is what I think really applies here in Emma's character. She saw what she wanted to see and nothing else. So that is Emma's story. And then there is Bay, who I also am impressed by his story because he's the son of the Dark One. So the story when they show how the Dark One turns into the Dark One, it's amazing because all B ever wanted was to be with his father, but his father didn't want to be known or recognized always as the coward. And since he didn't want to be called like that, and like he was afraid that his son would see him as a coward as well, he turned into the Dark One. And I feel like that is very, very hard, especially being his son. Like, all he ever wanted was to be loved by his father, since he lost his mother, and he didn't want to be like, all he ever wanted was his love, but all he ever wanted was power. And once he turned into the Dark One, it was very difficult for him to not want to be the Dark One anymore. Even though Belle, which she's not here, now that I noticed that Belle is not here, but Belle, you know, from Beauty and the Beast, Belle Belle almost got to him and almost returned him with true love's kiss, and he didn't want that. He wanted to stay the Dark One because he was so sure that no one could ever love him because she left him. So I feel like that storyline, it's just amazing. Like, it's incredible how hard someone can be on themselves, and he was definitely hard on himself. So yeah, I love this storyline. I feel like it's amazing, and it's actually weird to think that the Dark One is Henry's grandfather. That is just weird, because from one side of the family, Henry has all the light and happiness and everything is colorful, and on the other one everything is gray, everything is sad. So he has a very difficult family, to be honest. And then Peter Pan. Okay, so Peter Pan is not on the first season, so I am now going to talk about him, but that storyline is also kind of crazy. If you want me to talk about that season, please let me know in the comments down below. So now, the storyline from Emma's side, there is Snow White, which I feel like Snow White could have actually been evil, even though, like, in the first season they actually portrayed her evil side, and it's very, like, it could be very real. Like, she could actually be evil, and she would, like, it would make sense if Snow White was evil. But of course, in the real world, she's not evil. And actually, I mean, if you have watched this, you know what I mean. They showed both sides of Snow White, and how at one point she wanted to kill Regina, or the evil queen, and it was totally understandable that she wanted to kill the evil queen, but she never got to because Prince Charming stopped her from doing that. And actually it all happened because she decided to forget Charming, so she lost all the love that she had in her soul, which turned her evil, made her want to kill the evil queen. She never did though, thankfully, because I feel like if she had, then Snow White would have always been evil from that moment forward. So that never happened. I would love to see like a storyline in which that did happen. Like what would Snow White would have done after that? Like would she have become the evil queen then because she killed her, or what? And if Prince Charming would have still loved Snow White? I don't think so. I feel like Charming wouldn't have loved her if she had turned evil. Anyway, some hypotheses that I like to think about when I watch this series so many times. Prince Charming, let's say that for me his story is the most boring. I'm sorry, it's just the truth. Like being separated from his twin brother and then having to be the prince because his brother died. Yeah, I don't know, I'm not okay with that. Like and somehow he also had the same abilities as his twin brother to fight a dragon that he has never ever fought before, because he used to live in a farm. How does that make sense? That's one of the things that I didn't understand about how he managed to kill a dragon when he has never even hold a sword. That doesn't make sense to me. So yeah, I'm not sure if I like that. And then who was this guy? Oh yeah, the brother James. But yeah, I don't know. I felt like this story was a little bit boring. And then Regina's story. I mean, the one character that I loved from Regina's side was his father, Henry. Her father, Henry, only wanted for her to feel loved. And even though he knew that a lot of the things that Regina was doing were bad, he tried to tell her, but of course she was the evil queen. She wasn't going to mind that. And I don't know, I just feel like Henry was such a good father, and I hated that Regina killed him in order to make the curse work. Like, what is wrong with you? Like, she literally didn't have a soul. I feel like she didn't have a soul. And her mother, was annoying. Like, at one point in the next seasons, she appears and she was so annoying. So annoying. Because in the first season, we know her mother as the Queen of Hearts from Alice in Wonderland, but I don't like her. Okay, so these people, I don't think they are that important, to be honest. I remember them, but I don't think they are important anymore. So yeah, that was all of my feedback. Oh wait, I forgot. Emma as a cop, she's amazing. She is an amazing cop. I love that first scene when she's going out on a date on her birthday, and she's like going all sexy, and because she knows how to get into the guy's mind, and the way she just spilled everything from the guy's life, and the guy knew that he has been trapped. I love that. Like, she was such a badass. I love it. I love her. I love her as a cop. I love her as a mother, I guess. A little bit. It's 50-50. But I don't love her as a person. She's just too close-minded for my liking. So yeah, that was all for today's video. If you liked this commentary, please let me know in the comments down below, and I will do another one, maybe of this same series or of another series that you might want me to talk about. Please let me know. And Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys next video. Bye!